I get comments like these all the time, and it's not a mystery why. I'm making this video to answer these questions directly and succinctly to address my biggest failure, overpromising content. The Uncharted retrospective, Hype and Hate Train retro, boss rankings for Batman Arkham, Kingdom Hearts, Legend of Zelda, Metal Gear Solid, a handful of community rankings I've taken data for and never finished, and the top 100 games of all time. These are all various projects I've hyped up over the years and never completed. Even worse, with the community surveys, I asked you to take time out of your day to share your thoughts with me, only to squat on it for months or even years. I feel more guilty about this than you might believe, but I've never been able to think of a simple solution. Producing a video can take anywhere from roughly 25 to over 100 hours when you account for playing the games, scripting through many revisions, and the editing process. Finding time to complete these long-promised projects while producing new relevant content that I'm interested in is something I can't realistically do as a single person. I don't expect sympathy here. It's something I chose to do, and quite frankly, I love it. Making content that can entertain and distract folks from their daily life for a brief window in time is a dream come true. It's for that reason I feel so awful that my poor planning, organization, and time management has become a source of frustration or disappointment for longtime fans. To give context on my disposition for promising big series that get people excited to come back, we need to go back 4 years ago. When I did the Souls difficulty rankings with the community, I knew that it was perfect timing to align with search traffic for Dark Souls 3's release. As I tried over the years to differentiate my content, I came up with loads of ideas I was excited about. Many of them followed this create hype leading up to search traffic format. This meant promising handfuls of rankings up front. Over time, my ability to juggle these promises with other game releases and projects that interested me became a clusterfuck of my own making. I got an knack for choosing the best ideas out of this large pool, leaving many series in the dust. In terms of viewership, this worked fairly well. Despite poor messaging on what was coming next, the quality of what I did upload was enough for fans to stick around. It wasn't until recently that I finally understood why, in spite of my own self-perpetuated mess, that I found success. I was convinced the path to success was getting people excited for a series of videos so they'd be willing to stick around, when in reality, I had achieved something far greater without realizing it. Throughout the years, I had been building faith that any video I made would be high quality. Even if a particular topic didn't interest you, I'd eventually move on to one that would. I gained a following for the quality of what I would make, not what I wouldn't. And yet I spent years thinking I needed to promise what was coming to keep people interested. For this, I want to offer an apology. I apologize for not realizing how fortunate I am. I apologize for not having the confidence and maturity to understand the nature of my own success. And most of all, I apologize for being misleading. On a positive note, I've never been more happy with the quality of my content. I feel like my commentary, editing, and production values are at an all-time high. Both my Dragon Ball Z Kakarot video essay and my Best Game of the Decade videos are some of my proudest accomplishments. I want that standard of quality to carry forward into every new video. I want to deliver on the trust you have that each upload will be worth your time without the need for hollow promises of what's on the horizon. Bringing me to my solution. I'm no longer giving a roadmap of what's coming next. Videos will be done when they are ready. Quality is the priority, full stop. Rankings, video essays, no matter the format, I want you to trust that I'll keep working as hard as I can to deliver content you'll love. More regrettably, any series that I've promised to this point is officially canceled. It sucks, I hate failing myself, and I hate failing my audience even more. But it'd be far worse than me to keep letting hope float around that these videos are coming. Certain boss rankings were sacrificed due to a lack of time, then by the time I did have a free window months later, my interest in making them had dwindled. I struggled for years on how to make reviews in a style that felt true to myself. Even the love-hate format, loved by many and even to an extent myself, is something I've chosen to move past because it's so strict and hyperbolic in how I have to talk about a game's features. I'd rather have the flexibility to keep things free-form, create structure and pacing that are appropriate on a case-by-case basis, and use that open-ended format to deliver unique videos. The top 100 is the one I've been asked about the most frequently lately, and I've been struggling with it for months. My first hiccup was trying to get other YouTubers involved. I reached out to a handful, hoping I could get some guests to share their experience on beloved games and you guys would be excited to see people you like featured on the channel. I held out for a long time hoping to make it happen, but it unfortunately never panned out. As I carried on, I struggled to find passion when talking about games I'd never played for myself. I wanted to do these all-time greats justice for the fans that love them, but had no adoration of my own to drive it. To test how the format would work with my own interests as a central focus, I settled on the best games of the decade series. If you've seen it, I feel my love for those games came across very well, and it solidified for me that I need strong feelings of my own to drive the videos I make, or at least comments from you all to drive a discussion in community-based content. For the top 100, I sourced data from random sources online, giving no context for their placement other than their reputation. This format, without my personality or yours shining through, just didn't work for me. I'll be unlisting the 2 top 100 videos since the series will remain unfinished. Links to both can be found in the description of this video if you'd ever like to revisit them. I am genuinely sorry for any disappointment this announcement creates, and I hope that if you tuned in specifically for those series, that you found what I have uploaded worth sticking around for. Though I won't be promising any future uploads or series, know that I'm always working hard to create the best videos I can. On that note, I'm going to make a one-time very hypocritical exception to this new rule, solely on the basis I don't want this to be all doom and gloom. I've been busting my ass for the last few weeks specifically so I could faithfully bend the rule this once. Here's a look at a few videos that are coming in the next 2 weeks. The only reason I'm comfortable sharing this is all that ass busting went into completing these videos. Everything on the screen is 100% done as of today. These videos will be uploaded as shown here, starting with the first in a duo of meaty Neo boss rankings tomorrow. To end on a personal note, I want to thank everyone who has supported me and my channel. Whether it's been a day, week, month, year, or many, I'm more grateful than I can ever convey that you're here. I know this video may come across as defeatist, or maybe that I'm being overly hard on myself. Trust that I'm my own harshest critic, but this video isn't to run myself through the mud. Even if I don't have to, I want to be able to honestly reflect on my shortcomings and share that vulnerability with you. That doesn't mean I'm not in a great place. I am the happiest I've ever been on YouTube, and it's in large part thanks to your faith in me. I'll work hard to deliver on that faith and to give it my all on every single upload and make it the best I possibly can. That is one promise I will make to you.